This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated.
Good evening. Welcome to the Glazov Gang. Our very special guest this evening, BattleCat, a pro-American activist. BattleCat, thank you for joining the Glazov Gang.
Thank you so much, Jamie, for having me on.
Thank you, BattleCat. I've been watching your videos, so impressive. You're speaking the truth, saying so many courageous and noble things. So let's just begin right off the bat. Your thoughts on the Muslim refugees and what many people see as an invasion of Europe right now, Islamically speaking.
As I stated in my previous video that I did, I don't see this as a refugee situation. I see this as an outright invasion. I feel that it is being orchestrated on purpose to flood all countries that do not like Islam. They're being flooded on purpose for domination. That's how I feel.
BattleCat, what do you think about President Obama bringing in 10,000 of these refugees? Now there's talk about that he wants to bring in almost 100,000. By the way, even aside from the refugees, they're bringing in more than 10,000 Muslim immigrants a month into the United States. There is no screening of these Muslims coming into the United States. They're not asked about jihad. They're not asked about Sharia. What's going on here in terms of this administration and this issue?
I believe the Obama administration is supporting who they love, and that is Islamics. Obama, I don't know when he has ever been an American president. He was elected by Americans, but everything that he has done has been anti-American. Every policy, everything from giving money to Middle Eastern countries while Americans here are hurting. I'm lost for words for what he's doing. I have never trusted him from the beginning. I don't see him as a president, period.
BattleCat, let me ask you this. If my observation is correct that you are an African American, how did it come to be that as an African American you did not follow, I guess, this politically correct African American disposition of glorifying Obama? What made you not follow that leftist liberal path?
Okay, now before I answer your question, I want to correct you. I'm just a Black American. I don't follow the term African American. I'm American. I was born here on American soil, and many of my family members from the last, I say, 2 generations were born here in America. We are Americans. Now,
you don't like that term, African American?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No. My father taught me to look at a person's character, not at a person's color. Now, unfortunately, many members of the Black American community look to Obama as some sort of savior for the Black race. They did not care nothing about his background, didn't even bother to research his background. Me, on the other hand, I just didn't trust him. I don't know where he came from. We couldn't even find out if the birth certificate that they have is real. There's so many things that are hidden about his background that I just was not feeling him at all.
Okay.
And that's it.
And BattleCat, now we've touched on the Islamic issue, bringing in the Muslim refugees. It always appears, no matter what he does, that he's hurting the security of the United States rather than, protecting American security. What do you think about the racial tensions? And some would say that Obama, has been pouring fuel on the fire in terms of race tension in America.
I have stated to a lot of Black Americans that Obama, first of all, does not like America. And everything he does has proven that he doesn't like America, that he doesn't even care about blacks, whites. He doesn't care about anything other than destroying this country. Everything that he has done is to destroy and to manipulate and to basically bankrupt this country. And again, I don't even know why people follow him blindly. Matter of fact, I do know why. Let me correct that. Most of the time, Black Americans are worshiping him just because he is half Black, not full Black, but he's half Black, and that's all they measure him on is his color. Now, as far as him always inserting his opinion in anything that has to do with anything that happens to a Black American, again, he's just fueling the fire. He doesn't care. He wants us at each other's throats all day, every day. And he chooses his battles very carefully.
So, BattleCat, in other words, when we see these policies that end up being destructive, you don't see that Obama is being naive or stupid. You see a destructive, malicious intent?
Yes, sir. Very destructive, very malicious. It's evident. The people who don't see it, then something is wrong with them. Everything that he is doing, like I said, I'll repeat again, the money that he's given to enemy nations. What else? His executive orders that is basically will have the American people held hostage in the event of martial law, which is what I think he wants anyway. What else? He's been reducing the military while strengthening foreign militaries. I just feel like he's trying to decimate this country and prepare this country for an invasion and takeover.
BattleCat, what do you think has happened to our culture and our media? I mean, a lot of things that we have seen, the way, for instance, that, the Islam denial, the way that he's flooding America with these refugees, the way that he's been pouring fuel on the fire of racial tensions. This is a radical in chief. This is a destroyer in chief. What's happened to our media? Where are the reporters? What happened to the American people? So many have tuned out. This is a very sad state of affairs.
Let me say this like as clear as possible. Most of us know that the media is brought and paid for. The mainstream media is controlled. They put out the news that they feel is news. The news that's being generated is being generated to control the thought process and the emotional response of the people that watch. Just like, for example, a lot of crimes that have been happening involving Black Americans, that's all you hear. When a cop hurts a Black American, it's like flooded all over the TV. But no one understands that it's not just Blacks that have suffered from police brutality or any other crimes, but it's whites, it's Hispanics, it's American Indians, it's everyone. And the media is being manipulated on purpose. It's brought and paid for. And whoever doesn't understand that, again, they're retarded.
What do you think of Al Sharpton and the Jesse Jacksons and the quote-unquote civil rights leaders in America and how they've played a role in Ferguson and in these developments that we see?
They are nothing but poverty pimps, race betas. They don't even care about the Black community. They only care about how much money they can make from African Americans. Even Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, they choose their battles carefully. Not one of them have ever spoken out about the Black on Black crime that is growing rampant, especially in places like Baltimore and in many other cities that are predominantly occupied by Black Americans. You don't hear not one word. All of them wait until it's a white face, and then they decide that they want to say something, or then they decide that they want justice. And that's absurd.
Your thoughts on the Black Lives Matter movement?
Same thing. They fall in the same category. They are frauds. They are, as far as I know, and from what I could gather, they are being funded by George Soros and many others, and they are white. Now, the Black Lives Matter crowd, again, it's the same thing with them. They don't speak out against black on black crime. There are blacks being murdered by other blacks every day. There's probably a black person being murdered by another black person as we speak. But nobody marches for justice or else for the black children, for black men and women that are being murdered senselessly. Nobody speaks out against the gang activity, against the drug dealing, against all of these things that are tearing apart black communities. You don't hear nothing from them. Everything with them is about what the white man is doing to us, and only then we're going to say something.
BattleCat, thank you very much for your courage in telling a lot of these truths and for standing up for what you're believing in and for the videos that you're putting out there. Before you leave, the last couple days, last couple weeks, what's primarily on your mind and what would you like to say to our audience?
What's been on my mind is what's going on with the quote unquote refugee situation. I'm concerned with these people that are coming in. We don't know anything about them. I feel, again, they're not coming here to be nice. They're coming to drain our system. They're coming here to set up shop, and they're coming here to dominate. And once their numbers are increased, then they will really raise hell. And I think the American people are up for the fight of their lives. And as I said in my videos, they need to be prepared for what's coming, because this administration does not care about us. They don't care about our voice. They don't care about our concerns. And the most important fact, they need to pray and don't forget God in this, because we have been trying to do this alone. We've been trying to fix this country alone without divine intervention, and we can't do it like this any longer.
Thank you very much, BattleCat. Our audience members, make sure you check out the YouTube channel BattleCat Avenger. And that's where BattleCat is on the front lines telling the truths and putting her arguments forward in terms of everything that is happening. BattleCat Avenger on YouTube. BattleCat, thank you so much for coming on the Glazov Gang. We hope that we'll see you on here again soon.
I thank you so very much for reaching out to me and letting my voice be heard. I'm very grateful.
And we are very grateful to you for being on the front lines in the battle that we see in front of us today. We'll see you next week on the Glazov Gang. Good night.